Welcome to Swing Clinic. I'm PGA golf professional Jimmy Hanlin.
And I'm Fox Sports' Holly Sonders. And today we're at Purdue University's Burke Boilermaker Golf Complex. 2 18-hole golf courses here and also a pristine practice facility to help bring you some of the best tips.
We're going to help you with your golf game using this practice facility. I got a couple trick shots for you today. I'm going to teach you how to move that driver back and forth, hit a flop shot, play into the wind. We've got it all, huh?
Let's hit it. Let's get started out with the big stick here at Purdue University. Jimmy, we're lucky to be here at the Burke Boilermaker Golf Complex. 2 wonderful 18 holes here and a great practice facility.
Oh, all the way around. I mean, people that go to school at Purdue, I mean, this is amazing.
Yes.
The public can come here. It's amazing. Obviously, the team gets to practice here too. So, and if weather's like this in Indiana, I mean, life's good, right? I mean,
maybe 3-4 months out of the year, but that's okay. I played Big Ten golf. I know how it is.
You know how it is, right? All right, so this is probably for a little higher level player. Our cameraman, Brian Frania, is like, hey, I always wanted to know if I wanted to draw it or if I wanted to fade it, how do I do it?
Yeah, if you control it and specialize, yes, this is a little bit more skilled player, I'd say,
it is for a higher skill level player, but it's not hard. You know, I mean, it's not a difficult thing. I think people feel like they need to change their path by the way they take it away. It's really not true. I watched a clinic one time with a guy named Ted Purdy. He's a former PGA Tour player, still plays the PGA Tour at times. And he made it so simple, and I've used this so many times. So I'm going to pass it on to you, all right? Let's start out. You draw the ball, so we're going to start out with drawing the ball, right?
It's a gentle way to say it. I hook it. When I miss it, I hook it. I really hook it. Yeah.
So to hit the draw, the first thing you have to do is the ball has to start right of your target. So Holly's going to go ahead and she's going to set up to the golf ball normally, like she's aiming straight. Now what I want her to do to be able to start it right of the target is I want her to move her feet line, so she's going to square her feet up a little bit in this direction right here. So her body's going to move to here.
Okay.
As you can see, Holly's a good player, so she understood that her shoulders went with her feet.
Yep.
So now we're shoulders, we're feet. Her grip from a standpoint, we're going to keep it the same, but we're going to go ahead and just close the club face just a tad. We don't want to close the club face a lot. We're going to close it just a tad. Now, the big key for Holly to be able to start the ball right here and bring it back is she has to swing on that path of where her feet and her arms are, right? So she takes the club back in a straight way, and then on the way down, she swings on that exact same path, which is going to be somewhere in this general area right here. And then she just releases the club like she normally would. So go ahead and do that, Holly.
Okay. Let's try
so
it.
Again, set up, yep, good. Square.
Yep, so I was here.
Yep.
Now I'm here.
Perfect.
All right, let's get it working left.
Good.
There it goes.
Holly hits that hook because that's what she hits. She loves that shot.
There it goes.
All right, so now let's go to the fade. It's the exact same thing. We're just going to do the opposite. This is a little harder for her. It's not her natural shot. I know a lot of you, it may not be your natural shot also. So let's start out again. Let's start out straight and get you set up in that position.
Okay.
So with the fade, all we're going to do is the exact opposite. Again, we want Holly to start the ball for the fade. It has to start on this side.
Yep.
You can't block it. It has to start on this side. So she's doing exactly
Move
what
my feet. And this feels very unnatural to me. If you guys are doing this, it's okay.
This isn't your shot, right?
It's all right.
So start feet left.
Yeah.
Shoulders are left. So now on her downswing, her path will follow that same direction of feet and shoulders on the way down. That'll allow her to start the ball left of here and go to there. Big thing here, you need to have that ball position up front. It can't be back. If it's too far back, you're still not going to be able to start it where you want to. So go ahead and
try it.
Make that swing.
This does not feel good, but that's okay.
Swing it on that path. Look at that. A little cut for you.
Wow.
That's beyond a little cut for you.
Wow.
Right? So really, really simple. You know, how about you, right?
I don't know.
We've been playing.
I don't know how that felt, but yeah, that's exactly the intended result.
It's real simple. It's all in your setup and then just swinging on the path of where you've aimed your body. With a hook for you, your natural swing is to already draw it. So when we closed you up, it turned into a hook, right?
Boom, boom,
and which may happen to you. So you just have to play with your natural swing, your natural shot, and see how it works.
Here's the thing: we are smarter than we think that we are.
Yeah.
When your body is not lined up correctly, your mind knows that, and your hands are gonna, manipulate it. That's how it is. Yeah.
She's smarter than we thought.
Well, I would have to be smarter than what you think that I am.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right, well, more to come?
Yeah, more to come on Swing Clinic after the break. We've got all kind of little trick shots to help your game.
Welcome back to the Burke Boilermaker Golf Center on the campus of Purdue University. A special treat for us in the Swing Clinic today.
Oh, yeah, this is an awesome place. I'm happy to be here. The facility's amazing. You know, we got to experience the golf courses. They were off the charts, 2 Pete Dye golf
They were
courses.
really great.
It was really good. You know, making your way through the Pete Dye Trail, this is one of the places that you get to, and a good place to come and great place to practice before you go out and play, right?
Absolutely.
Speaking of practice, we're going to work on wind. You know, there's not a lot of trees kind of flat in Indiana, even though we've got some movement on these golf courses. So a lot of wind when you play golf here. We're pretty fortunate today. You can see the flags. They're going a little bit, but nothing crazy. So there's 2 things, Holly, that really you have to think about when you're playing into the wind. Number 1 is trajectory. How low can I hit the ball to cut through that wind and be able to get it to where we want to get it to? Number 2 is actually spin, you know, and how much we spin the golf ball. I think most people, when they want to hit good shots into the wind, they move the ball way back in their stance, they get too steep on it, and they feel like they hit it solid and it shoots straight up in the air because of so much spin. So I'm going to show you a couple things today that I think that will help you with your trajectory and your spin. Number 1 is trajectory. If we're going to hit a low shot into the wind right here, I don't want Holly to hit the ball high. Focus. Again, I seem to go back to that with my partner here a little bit. Focus.
It's one of my weak points, yeah.
I like to have little things when I'm teaching golf to help people focus on the little things instead of the big things. If Holly's just looking it out there and saying, hey, I want to keep it kind of below that tree or below that flag, that's a big focus piece right here. Now we're gonna have a little focus thing right here. We've kind of worked on in the past, something in front of you to be able to aim at. Now we're gonna, you know, think about something in front of us when we practice to be able to do that. So I'm gonna make it, not gonna make it too tough on Holly. We're gonna move it right here. I'm gonna have her set up. We're gonna go into the wind first. So right now we go into the wind. I want Holly to set up with the ball in the middle of her stance. I don't want it back because I don't want to get too steep, but I'm okay with her leaning a little bit on her left side. There you go. Now that'll get our center forward and help us keep our trajectory down. So when she takes the club back, go ahead and take it back. She's still going to stay a little more on her left side, so continue to go to the top. She's not going to shift her weight too much into her front side. She's going to stay on her left side. That's going to keep her center ahead, and that's going to help her with her trajectory. Second thing, and this is the crazy thing right here. Let's say we're hitting a 145, 50-yard shot. You typically hit what, 7-iron?
Yeah.
7-iron, okay? So what I want Holly to do is we're gonna go down to a 6-iron. But we're gonna choke down on this club 1/2 inch. I don't know if you probably know this all your years working with Golf Channel, is that every club is a 1/2 inch shorter as you go down. So we're gonna choke down that 6-iron to 7-iron length because that's how far we want to hit it.
Unless you're Bryson.
Unless you're Bryson, yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah, that was a good pickup there. So what we want, I mean, that was good. So what we want is we want her to choke down 1/2 inch. We want her to lean forward a little bit. Now I don't want her to hit this hard, Holly. I don't want a hard golf swing because that's going to cause spin. We want to shallow the golf swing out, take a normal golf swing. It's going to keep it down in the wind, but we're going to stay below this right here. So show them how we want to do that, Holly. So go ahead, set up. Yep, normal golf swing. Don't hit it hard, but lean forward. Good. Good. That was actually the divot that hit that, not that. The ball went right below there. Yeah, and it was nice
contact.
Nice, and you stayed ahead. You stayed
nice
forward
contact
on that right there, which is really important. So again, she controlled her trajectory right here by staying forward, not swinging too hard, keeping that ball in the middle. So it's absolutely perfect.
Great.
Yeah. So now let's go with, we want to ride the wind right here. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a ball. We're going to put it right here for Holly. We're going to set up to it. Now she wants to hit one. We're downwind right now. You want to let it ride the wind a little bit. So now we want to create a little spin. So I'm okay with swinging, you know, good speed, okay? You can grip the club at the end like you normally would. We're in the same spot. We want to get it up over top of that. We're going to keep the ball position center or maybe a little bit forward. For her now, though, we can lean a little bit this way because we want to hit the ball higher in the air when we get to this position. So we're going to lean a little bit this way. Good. Let her make her big turn. You know, as you go ahead down through, Let's make sure we stay behind this golf ball because we're trying to create a little bit of, you know, obviously height into this shot and let it fly. So same motion, swing a little harder, lift it.
Go from here to here?
Good.
All right.
Perfect. That trajectory on that golf ball changed 15, 20 yards, right? All right, so that's it. Playing into the wind, you just change your trajectory, move your body a little bit, and maybe choke down on the club, but it's that simple, and it will make such a difference. All right, when we come back, we're going to show you a little more trick shots, you know, maybe a flop shot later in the show. We got all kind of good stuff. And also, we're going to have the director of golf here from Purdue University. That's all next on the Swing Clinic.
Welcome back to Swing Clinic. Holly Sonders, Jimmy Hanlin. Jimmy, you've now fixed my swing from the top almost down to the bottom. I got my 56-degree wedge. What is planned?
We're going to hit some floppers right now. Nice thing I like about this complex is there's lots of targets out here.
Yeah.
As you can see. Well, we've got a big one for you right here because, you know, when you get on some of these Pete Dye golf courses, you get around these greens with some tough pins and you got to have a shot. And we had it yesterday when we shot 18 holes where you have to be able to stop the ball quickly on a green.
Correct.
Right? And it's tough to do. I know you had to do it a lot in college because when you play in these NCAA events, you know, they put these pins in brutal places. If you miss the green on the wrong side, you got trouble.
1000%, yep.
So I think, again, I'm going to go back to what we were talking about, Holly, when we were talking about playing into the wind. I think people think that you have to get really steep to be able to flop the golf ball up and get spin. It's the exact opposite. We want to shallow your golf swing out. We don't want a big divot when we're hitting this flop shot, whether it be out of the rough or the fairway. We want to use the bounce, and we want to be able to create some spin and shoot it up in the air. So I think some setup things for you right here. I'm going to help you again to make that happen. So go ahead and set up to it.
Okay.
So show me how you typically set up. You're going to flop it. Let's say we're going to just over.
I would open up
Yeah, there you go.
like this, like a sand shot almost.
We're going over top of, let's say, a bunker and land it in onto that big green right there. So yeah, you hit it right on the head. It's very similar to the sand shot. So she's opened her stance up like this. She's opened the face up a little bit where the club's laying backwards, which is really good. I think that's important from that standpoint too. So another thing that I want her to do when she makes this swing is go ahead and set a little bit forward. We want to set that way a little forward, but I don't want the ball to move back. I want it worst case scenario front of center. Some good players that do it, I actually see them move the ball up to their front foot even, almost where they do a driver. So let's get that ball positioned forward. Now I think one of the most important things is I want her to take a nice long swing where she stays wide, especially in her way down. I don't want this coming down hard this direction. I want it to stay where it's a nice has width all the way through. And it's almost like if that golf ball had legs on it right now, she's trying to chop the legs out from underneath that golf ball. So it's just a nice long width and chop the legs out. Let's have you hit one just having that feeling right there. Chop those legs out. Good.
I could swing even harder.
Yeah, you could swing harder. Now try it again. Let me see it again. And again, I think when Holly did that there, she got a little steep from that side. When you get a little bit steep, then you're gonna, take a divot and get deeper. That was much better.
There we go.
High, good trajectory right there. Okay, so now let's do something where we're gonna get even a little more floppier. We're gonna hit a little higher. So set up to it just like you did, Holly. So all I want Holly to think about here is exactly what we just did. She opened up.
Yep.
Club face is open from that standpoint. We're gonna get wide. We're gonna get wide in our swing, especially on our way down. We're gonna allow it to shallow out, but this is gonna feel a little weird to you. I don't want your handle on the way down to go past your left thigh. So your handle's gonna stop and your club head's gonna keep going. So you're gonna get this position right here. What that's gonna do is it's gonna help the club even create more speed and slide right underneath it. So this handle never goes past this left thigh. This goes.
You got it.
Look how quicker she got that ball up in the air, right? I mean, that's if you really want to pop it up in the air, stop the handle, but you have to keep that speed going with that club head, right? Yeah, that's
just
exactly
like that.
Right. And if you see what Holly did there, stop right there. Look, she never closed the club face. She still held it open right here. She didn't flip it over when she let that happen. She held the club face open from that position.
Let that bounce. Use that bounce. That's what these are designed to do.
Yep, for sure. And when you watched her do that, you kept rhythm going through, and that's.
I didn't swing harder. I didn't do anything harder than I would.
Yeah, normal, right? A lot of people when they hit the flop shot, they get right here and they get really fast, and they think, oh my gosh, I got to swing hard and create speed. It's almost like you could use the little orange whip, the smaller orange whip, for practicing hitting the flop shot.
And this is off of tight grass too. I know that's some people's biggest fear, mine included. Especially when there's water or something in front of you with a really tight shot. Yep. Again, let this do what it's intended to do.
That's exactly right. So rhythm, set up properly. Don't get steep. We're not chopping. Keep that nice, smooth, width in your swing. And if you really want to flop it, let that club head pass on by. And easy peasy, just like she makes it look.
All right, coming up next, you're actually going to get out of the frame. So another teacher's going to come in, director of golf here, Mr. Ross. Can't wait to see what he has to say. Another way of looking at it, another way of teaching to help all of you at home. That's coming up after this. Welcome back to Swing Clinic. We now have a special guest here to help your game out. Head PGA professional Dan Ross at Purdue University's 2 different golf courses. They're beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed them. Jim Scott, our superintendent, does a great job with the courses. So,
amazing. I can't even believe they're public golf courses.
Yes, and that's how we like it for sure. So
good. All right, well, we want you to teach us some things now that Jimmy has gone where everybody's gone taking lunch.
Okay.
So glad to see your face in here. He touched a little bit earlier on setup.
Yes.
At the golf ball, how it affects everything as far as the outcome. 99% of it starts at the setup, but I want you to teach me about ball position, please. My feet.
Yep, where the ball needs to be placed in your stance. So a lot of people get confused with ball placement because they want to move both feet around a lot, and it's really difficult to try to find the right spot. I get a lot of students that ask me that question. So today I'm just going to give you a really easy way to kind of keep the ball in the same position and put it in the right place for your stance. So you've started with a sand wedge there.
Yep, 56 degree.
That's great. So let's hit a shot. I want you to place the ball about 3 inches off your left heel. Okay, and then
with right heel?
Yeah, with the left heel, from the left heel, because, but narrow up your stance a little bit because you have a wedge in your hand. You're gonna have a narrower stance. That's fine. Go ahead and hit one. Good.
And that is new for me because I usually play it off the right heel. So that was really great.
It's because everyone feels like they need to play the ball back in their stance so much, but I don't necessarily see it that way. I like people to play it right there off the 3 inches off the left heel. Right. Then when you move up to an 8 iron, okay, I want you to go ahead and take your setup, get the same exact stance that you just had, except now it's a longer club, so we're gonna move our right foot back just a couple inches, but it's still gonna be 3 inches off the left heel.
Okay.
Okay. So basically,
got it. So we're just making
you're just widening your stance slightly.
Wider.
Yeah,
got it.
just slightly.
Interesting.
Yep. All right, there you go, good shot. And you can continue on through. You can go on up to your 6 iron.
Thank you.
And now obviously you're gonna take just a slightly wider stance, but you're gonna keep the ball position that same 3 inches off of the left heel. And what you'll see, and you can probably see when you're looking at it face on, it now looks like the ball has effectively moved up forward in your stance.
Yes.
Even though we're still trying to keep it 3 inches off of that left heel, okay?
Again, this is what's moving, my right foot.
That is correct, your right foot. That way, for most people, you only have to remember to move 1 foot, and now you're in good shape, and then the ball is always in the same position, and you should still make good contact when you hit.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And it continues to work, even as you get up to your hybrid, okay?
Okay. All right.
So far, so good. We're hitting good shots.
It's been really good so far. I've never thought of it this way. I've had so many lessons in my life.
Sure.
Okay, so I was here with the 6. I'm just going to get a little wider.
Just to get a little wider now that you hit your hybrid.
Wow.
Now, the only way that this does change is when you get to the driver. And the driver, we're moving, once you have that wide stance, now we're moving both feet to the right because you're going to play it all the way up off the left heel.
Okay, so just for the driver, that's a special exception.
That's right.
Not 3 inches, we're gonna get it all the way up here, right?
That's right, that's right. Okay. So now, it's not hard to figure out where your ball placement should be. It should be pretty, an easy way of doing that. So.
If you could give an amateur golfer, anybody out here who just shows up, a 30 handicap, any tip, just off the rack, what would you say?
Hit down through the ball.
Down through the ball.
Yeah, in order to launch it.
Okay.
Most people try to lift the golf ball. So if we could get people to hit down and take divots more.
And you mean by hitting down, just so everybody can see really quickly? What do you mean?
Sure. What I mean is the club needs to unhinge down into the golf ball, so we take divots every time, as opposed to trying to help everything up in the air. That's the biggest thing that I see.
Don't be afraid to take a divot.
Don't be afraid to take a divot. We can always fix it.
I love it. Thank you so much, Dan.
Oh, you're welcome.
And thank you for allowing us the past couple of days to use all your facilities.
You're very welcome.
All right, coming up next, to everybody's dismay, Jimmy will be back. We'll finish up with some putting. Thank you again. Appreciate it so much.
Welcome.
Stick with us.
You bet.
Back in on Swing Clinic and down to the final segment of the day with the flat stick.
All right, so I'm gonna give you multiple tips because Holly and I need them for ourselves too. First thing I see, Holly, go ahead and set up to it, is a lot of times when people are hitting putts, they just don't stay still. They move all over the place. Great drill, really easy. You could do it yourself. I have my 7 and 8 iron. I'm gonna stick it right on each of Holly's hips right here. Now I'm just gonna have her hit putts with those on her hips. She'll be able to feel her lower body and how it stays much more steady.
Ooh, that felt nice coming off the face.
Did it? Yep, because
really
the reason it is because you're staying very solid over the golf ball. Good. Move on one for me like you normally would if you see somebody move. So if they're either coming up out of their stroke at the beginning or whatever, they move a little bit. Yeah, see, they'll feel it, the club will fall off, and it'll make a big difference. Yep. So those first two felt a lot more solid, didn't they?
They were, yes, it's exactly where I'm aimed too.
So that's what we want to work on. Secondly is, I see a lot of people when they come through their stroke, and go ahead and set up to it, they allow this toe of the putter to kind of stay open. So they push like they're trying to push that ball into the hole and they never release the putter. We always want this toe of the putter right here to actually kind of cover the ball and go through a little bit. So as that putter swings from the inside, it's always just going to kind of close as we go through to make a good stroke. That'll give us that feeling of like having overspin on it. So allow that putter to close a little bit. Let's do it one more time. Now I know why you don't make any putts on the show.
I just have the rights, yeah.
Right, so allow that putter to close. You release it.
There we go.
And that's a lot better. You'll get that feeling of that. Okay,
I just need to
lastly,
practice.
and another drill that I think is really good from a standpoint of people staying solid over the golf ball is people's strokes go up and down. The putter goes up and down. So again, set up over this one, Holly. So they don't hit it solid, and the reason they don't hit it solid is just like I told Holly, sometimes they come up and they hit it high, sometimes they hit down on the putter and they hit low. So if you feel like you don't hit putt solid, I have a 7-iron right here. I'm going to give it to Holly. I want her to putt with a 7-iron, and I want her to hit the lower half of the golf ball about halfway up with the blade of this. This will make sure it'll give you feedback of whether you're staying steady through it. So watch, Holly. Good. See how that bumped a little bit? So you probably hit down on that a little bit too much. So I want you to hit
interesting.
kind of the center equator of the ball with that. That's better. Good.
There we
Good.
go.
Do it again.
There we go.
Even a little higher on the ball, and we're staying centered all the way through. We're staying level.
It's a great drill.
Good.
It's a great drill.
So it gives you that feeling of staying steady and staying centered all the way through.
A big thank you today also to the director of golf here at Purdue University,
Yep, Dan Ross.
Dan Ross.
Yep.
Also, the golf courses here. We've said it millions of times. It's such a pleasure. It's been a pleasure with you as well.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody, for watching us on Swing Clinic. Hope we helped you out just a little bit.